Hi guys, welcome back for another Star Trek Starships collection review. This time in front of me I have issue number 54, the Steamrunner class, yay! And there's the magazine and the ship here. So we'll put this aside and get to the magazine first. So, there it is, the USS Appalachia, or Lachia, depending on your way of pronouncing things. And we have an awesome image of the ship on the cover there. A lot different than the original design that they put on there. Nice image though, and some basic information. It is Steamrunner class. It is a frigate per type, launched in the late 24th century, 356 meters long, and a maximum speed of warp 9.6. Turn the page, the usual table of contents and how to mount the model to the stand, as well as some more other basic facts about the ship in the specification that wasn't already previously mentioned, like it having type 10 phaser emitters and torpedo launchers, has a crew of approximately 200, and of course it is a frigate operated by Starfleet Command in the United Federation of Planets in the late 24th century. Turning the page, have a nice image of the ship on the cover. From the underside, a little bit different from this view, as well as some text about the ship, and a screenshot of the Defiant in action down at the bottom from the Battle of Sector 001 from Star Trek First Contact. Some more great CG renderings of the ship, as well as screen caps from various Deep Space Nine episodes that the ship has appeared in. The centerfold page showing where everything is and the various components, as well as some more trivia there. And the designing of the Steamrunner class. Interesting section to read. Talks about the thought process and the reason behind having more ships versus what we've already seen before, etc., etc. And more conceptual artwork there and text. And a section which I call magazine filler. This is called the becoming Borg, basically from First Contact onwards. And more conceptual art, as well as the scene that it's based from. And an on-screen appearance page. Its first appearance was in Star Trek First Contact. It's been on Deep Space Nine. It might have been in an episode or two of Voyager, especially in the last episode as part of the massive Starfleet fleet that engaged the Borg towards the end. Let's see. It's one of several Steamrunner class ships that took part in the battle against the Borg. It's one of the more compact ships. Looks very different than a standard Starfleet ship, but we'll get to that when I get to the model. Of course, this unfortunately was never a ship that actually was physically made as a model on the show. This was all CG from the very beginning. So yeah. And next month, or this month now, I will get the Vulcan Dikir class ship, so that ought to be interesting, as well as I think the Saber class. So another Federation starship! Yes! And on the back, a bunch of fingerprints and the Steamrunner itself. So there's the magazine. Nice one this time. So we'll put that aside and get to the ship itself. And as usual, it comes in the box with all the usual Star Trek fonts and various logos. And there it is. Looks wonderful in there. Can't wait to get it out. So let's do that. And pop it out there. And my first impression is, holy bejeebers. This thing is great. Look at that. Just look at it. Got the registry information there up top, as well as the Bassard collectors on the saucer, which is very unusual for a Starfleet ship. Got the underside there with the blue for the warp nacelles. You got the rear, the aft view with shuttle bay numbers and some more plastic there. The warp nacelles again have the blue around the back edges of the nacelles, so that's kind of cool. And if you look up close, you can see the Starfleet Pendant as well as the United Federation of Planets. Barely readable, but you can read it in between the lines there on both sides. The paint detail on this is fantastic. Unlike a couple of the other earlier Federation starships we've gotten in the collection, there's no mistypes or misspellings in the word Federation, like the Akira class, for example. You got some great paint on the bottom there as well as the registry information. The bottom being composed primarily of plastic and the top being mostly metal. It looks great. I'm so happy to finally have a Steamrunner class ship in my hand. It's been a long time coming, and that is one of the great things about this collection, aside from all the waiting and the emailing and the questions about when will they arrive, or if it comes in pieces and needs replacement or whatever the issue. When these ships come in, and that joy just kind of comes in your mind and your feeling and totally wipes away all that negative stuff until next month. So anyway, this looks great. It just looks great. And you even have that Starfleet Pendant and Federation information down there on the bottom of the nacelles too. And you can kind of see the join lines for the model, but that's no big deal. Very cleverly hidden. I mean, look at that. It just looks great. It looks like something you can hang, almost like a weapon, but not quite. Oh yeah, I see one major or minor quibble depending on how you want to look at it, and that is the fact that the navigational deflector, or rather, there is none. It's just painted blue, and you can clearly kind of see the line in there, which doesn't look anything like this. Not at all, does it? But that's okay. If that's the only thing that's wrong with this model, then I can live with it. I mean, I'm just so glad to have a Steamrunner that I can just pretend that there's a navigational deflector, or I can be like some of my colleagues who are part of this collection and just find a way to put one in there myself, which I may or may not do. So that might be something to look into. But this is a really nice model. Really, really nice. And the more I look at it, the more I'm noticing little things. I mean, there's more registry information down there. When I first saw the ship, this wasn't like one of my favorites. I think as far as the first contact ships go, I think that honor might go to either the Saber class or the Akira class. So now, once I have the Saber class and the upcoming Norway class, then the entire first contact fleet will be complete. The circle will be complete. But great job, Eagle Moss, on this. And also great job on giving us U.S. subscribers 3 Federation starships in the course of 3 months, despite the long wait because of the data migration and all that kind of stuff. Last time it was the USS Centaur. This time it's the Steamrunner Appalachia, and next month, November, it will be the Saber class. So it's like 3 Federation starships in the course of like 3 months. That's like a record almost. So that's awesome. So thank you very, very much, Eagle Moss. And I'm sure it's been pointed out, but this is the model and a ship that has never, ever, 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 ever been made before in model form. I don't even think there's a studio model. The studio model is just CG. So this is the first time there's actually a physical, tangible model of the Steamrunner class, aside from, you know, maybe fan-made ones or something like that. And it's pretty heavy duty. If you're a Starfleet fan, you definitely need to get your hands on this. It's definitely one of the ones to get. And it looks great. I can't wait to put them all up and just look at it. So look, so there it is, the side view. Starboard side, got the aft and the dorsal section there. The bow, the port side, back to the aft with the shuttle bay and the shuttle bay numbers. There probably could have been a little bit more detail there, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks great. Pretty awesome. Great job, Eagle Moss. But next time, put a deflector dish in there. And as usual, it comes with the stand like all the models do, and just shows Steamrunner class at the bottom. So yeah, I guess in about a week or two, I hope to be sharing with you the Vulcan Decure class and the Saber class. So until then, be safe, live long and prosper, and I'll catch you guys all on the flip side.